Hi guys! Bruce here. I killed my son. Who was autistic, by the way. I feel like I should probably throw that in. I think in the title of this video I said something like I killed my autistic son. It doesn't matter that he's autistic, okay? The main thing is I killed him. It's 2025, can't discriminate, I guess. I watched one YouTube video on it, telling me how to do the YouTube, and someone said to bait for the clicks, so I was trying to bait for the clicks. But I'm not baiting for the clicks because I did actually kill him, so it's gonna be a fun one. I don't know why I'm smiling. Actually, I do. My therapist told me to start trying to smile more, so I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to move on and things. It's been tough going, but I'm getting there day by day. My therapist also told me to shake off the demons, which is this little technique she showed me to do, shaking off the demons. So if I ever start just shaking off the ghouls and the ghosts, or just looking a bit mad, then that's probably why I'm just shaking off the demons. So yeah, but I guess I should probably tell you what happened, eh? I know that's what you clicked on for, because I was baiting for the clip. No, wait, I wasn't. Doesn't matter. Here's what happened. So we live in Dundee. We're just a small family, smaller now. We're just a small family, and me and Maurice were walking through Dundee. He wanted to buy some peppered ham. He really likes ham. In fact, it's all he'll eat is ham, and all he'll drink is orange juice for some reason. It's hard. It's bloody hard, man. Trying to look after this wee guy. I say he was 11 at the time, but Jesus Christ. Oh God, I'd rather look after a goddamn orangutan. But yeah, I don't discriminate, so of course. So we're going for some peppered ham because he was feeling adventurous today and daring today. So we're gonna go get him that. And he started pulling on my trouser leg. I said, "What is it, Maurice?" And he said, "Oh, dad, 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 dad." He didn't have a stutter, just added that in. Dad. I just miss him so much. So he was pulling my leg and he said something about he wanted my phone to play. I cannot remember for the life of me what it was. I want to say something to do with tacos and cows, maybe. Oh no! It was enchiladas and bisons. I'm certain of it. Anyway, I wanted to play this game, and I was like, yeah, sure, here you go, just take that, have fun with it. Whatever you want to do. So, but then I remembered something vital, nearly catastrophic even. I remembered that the night before, me and Margaret were having some issues. Yeah, that's my wife, by the way. Me and Margaret were having some issues, and I'm not gonna get into that. That is a long story for another time. But yeah, I've been sleeping on the couch. Or I had been sleeping on the couch for a while. Because I guess I better not for the YouTube guidelines and the rules and whatever. I don't really get that stuff, but we're having sexual issues, so I was sleeping on the couch because of that. and I may or may not have taken it upon myself to go to Pleasure Beach, let's say. And I remembered this right before I gave Maurice my phone. Oh yeah, sorry, I don't know if I said my son's called Maurice. Was called Maurice. So I remembered this right as I was giving him my phone. I said, "Oh, better put that back in there." So that was a close one. I was perspirating heavily. Yeah, Maurice, he just kept pulling, and he started having a stroke. Sorry, I should say not an actual stroke. He just does that sometimes. Like when we're in public places or the supermarket or something, and he doesn't get what he wants, he starts having these strokes. He just starts flailing about the floor like a fish. We just get on with it, me and Maurice. I mean, I could pummel him sometimes, but he's all right. He's all right. I don't discriminate, of course. So yeah, there was this one time, actually. It was when I was going for the interview for my job. I work at the Innovation Centre. We just work on we solve. We design. What's the way they word it? We design solutions to problems pertaining people's rights and things like that. So I was going in for the interview for that. I still don't know what the job's about, by the way. I just memorised that when I was bored one time. So I was waiting at McDonald's, and I just that's what fun to memorise. And then I started doing the digits of pi afterwards, but that's a story for another day. So we're sitting outside this office, and I said, "Maurice, I'm going to go in here, be good." And he looked at me, "Yeah, I'm going to be good, I'm going to be fine, I'm going to be A-okay, daddy-o." And I believed him. And I went in, and there was one point where my employer, who's an absolute dick, by the way, he's my boss, and it turns out he was the owner of the place, he's an absolute asshole. F you, boss. He was asking me about if I work well in a team, I think it was, and we heard flopping outside, just thumping, constant thumping, and I was saying, "Oh my god, I wonder what's going on there," but in my head I was thinking, "Oh, Maurice, please, not right now." And I walked outside, and if I was perspirating, during that day when we were just walking to the package shop, I better not say that. Pardon me. Didn't say that, YouTube. Anyway, I was sweating buckets then. Walked outside, and he's there. He's flailing about like a fish on the floor. Ah, my god, okay. Yes. But I don't discriminate. Where was I? Yeah, I don't know. I lose my train of thought sometimes, man. I had to bring him into that job interview because Margaret, the old ball and chain, was up in the air again. She's a flight attendant. No idea where she was that day. Probably off to Neptune or something. Christ knows. But yeah, she goes all over the place. She goes to Italy, France. She went to China, I think, once or twice. Honestly, everywhere. It's impressive. It would be more impressive if I didn't hate the fact that she worked there and detest it every day. And I've written numerous strongly worded emails to get her sacked because I hate her working there so much, because I have to look after the flopping fish every day. But it's not that bad. I just get on with that, It's not bad. That's why I had to bring her in, because she was working. She's always working. She's hardly ever home. And when she is at home, she's or she's not at home, but when she's in Dundee, she's at yoga or Pilates. I don't know which one I hate more. Which one annoys me more? Actually, probably Pilates, just because of the name. But yeah, so she was, yeah. I don't know. She's, God. She named Maurice after her father, by the way. Maurice Senior. Maurice Senior. His father's name, I think, was Maurice Senior. His father's name was Bob, if I remember right. But I don't know. I had so many great names. I had Clay. I had Sand. I had Insulation. But then she went and chose the worst one of them all, Maurice. Like that one goddamn ferret from that one movie, whatever it was. Sorry, pardon the French, pardon the goddamn has. Sorry, I need to respect YouTube's boundaries. Just like my wife never respected mine. Anyhow, yeah, Maurice was a real piece of work, man. He loved trucks and he loved buses especially. It was always me that had to buy him all the buses, but I'll get into that later. What else did he like? He was, well, I mean, ham and orange juice, obviously. That's it. Jesus, that's the big ones. He liked painting as well, though. That's another one. He was certainly a bit Picasso, but he did quite enjoy the painting. He was shit at it, but he loved it. So he had something that he could, oh, I needed that. The back's been sore from sleeping in the couch, eh? You know how it is. Whee! Just smiling more. I think it does help with the pain. So yeah. Anyway, Maurice liked painting. He would paint the toilet seat blue. He would paint the oven yellow, and sometimes he would paint the bedposts green. For some reason, I never understood that one. The other two I can kind of get. It's kind of funny if someone sits in the loo and they come up with a blue bum. I don't get the bedpost one, or the oven, really. Don't know. But yeah, he loved buses, and it was always me that had to buy him the buses, little toys. They're everywhere. This is his room, by the way. Those posters are painted on. They painted those onto the wall. They're not real. Yeah, but there's buses everywhere, and I can't remember the name of one of them. Ask me any, and I wouldn't know, because they all just get jumbled in my head, along with just Dad, can you buy me another bus? And I just shake off the demons. Shake off the demons. Alright, so yeah, anyway, I had to always buy them the buses, and I didn't get paid very much either, so you don't know how hard it is looking after a little minx, a little sphinxy minx like him just all by your lonesome. It's really challenging, because I worked at, I've told you I worked at the Innovation Centre, where we come up with these things, and to solve, issues and that. And I've always got to, get the pay for it, but we don't even get paid that much. And my boss he's an ass. I've said that. He's a bit creepy. He's one time it was like it was Scotland Appreciation Day actually. So we had to go in tartans, and I swear to God, as I was going up the stairs, he was looking at my tartan. Yeah, I swear. I can't prove it, but I swear. Yeah, I'll tell you one person who does not like my job, and that is Margaret's dad, Margaret's father, Maurice Senior. He is. He says I have to get a man's job, and I'm like, he says, you know, Bruce, you've got to get a man's job, and I'm like, Maurice Senior, I'm 42, bro. I'm 42 and I'm still saying bro. That's how you know. God almighty. Yeah, anyways, I'm sorry. One of those days, killed my son. Actually, it wasn't today. It was months ago. But anyway, so yeah, he would always say, I would just say to him, I would look him dead in the eyes, and I would say, Maurice Senior, I can take away your right to live. I can do that. I don't even need to kill you. I can just take that right away, because I work in the right place. So, I mean, and I can strip you of your right to eat. So you're. I wonder if that's Margaret. So you're just like a little Maurice flap of Senior. Really gets harder at my age. Yeah, and I looked at him. I was like, one of these days. Of course, I didn't actually say that. I shook his hand and I said, "Sorry, you have a lovely home in a new life." Sprained my wrist, but the first time I met him, he nearly broke my wrist. It's so I could feel the bones shattering together, vibrating like tectonic plates, because it was so. Life's hard. I mean, Margaret's. I don't think that's Margaret, by the way. Margaret's mum's okay. She's quite quiet. She's kind, but she's quite quiet, and she smells like pancakes. Not like good smelling of pancakes, like when you're in like a pancake, or you're in like a what's the word? A bakery, and you're buying pancakes, and oh, very nice they are. It's more like when you're in a pancake factory, and all you can smell is the stuff they use to make pancakes, and like all the added saturations. But she's a kind enough lady, so. I'm so sorry. I think I've got sidetracked. I forgot to tell you about the time I killed my autistic son. Oh yeah. Alright, so I'll continue with that then, I guess. Anyone, any objections? Okay. So we were walking by the road, and he was tugging my leg. I told you about the bit about the phone. I didn't want to give him that because the stuff I was watching before. We're all caught up. We're all back to scratch. I was sliding it back into the pocket, and I was like, "Sorry, Maurice, not this time, little guy. Okay, not this time." And he was wailing. And I didn't know what to do, so I was just trying to, I just kind of grabbed him and I said, like, "Maurice, please don't do this right now," because I could see he was starting to have one of the strokes again, and I was kind of a bit flustered myself, and God, it's just difficult. I get letters from his school all the time saying he has strokes during his math tests. And I don't know what the hell he does at school. He goes to one of those special schools. I don't really know much about that, but yeah, they do some weird stuff though. Weird stuff. I used to joke to Margaret that it was some sort of cult, but she would just slap me. So. I just keep stroking my mustache and smiling along and shaking off the demons. At least the postman that always gave me the letter, the postman was a lovely guy. He was a lovely chap. Really nice. Always bright and cheery, and it made you feel like you were part of the Royal Mail. part of the royal family even, he was that nice. Sidetracked again. I am so sorry. Bad, Bruce, bad. Doy. Yeah, so I was grabbing him. I was grabbing Maurice, but this is back to the story. I was grabbing Maurice, and he was starting to have the stroke, and I just, something snapped inside of me. So I grabbed him, picked him up, and I chucked him onto the road, and he was hit by a bus. And in my own defence, it wasn't really my fault. It was when he landed on the road, before he got hit by the bus. This is before, we're doing a flashback now. He was flopping. He was flopping, and he wouldn't stop. It was in that moment that I realised he was going to get hit by the bus. So I thought about running out, but then I thought that Margaret was getting me to come to her Pilates the next day anyway, so what's the point of him just exercising then? But yeah, he was run over by a bus. The irony, he loved buses, so he was hit by one. Yeah. But that's what happened. He was hit by the 33 in Dundee. He was hit by the 33. He was hospitalised for 2.5 days, and he died of internal bleeding. Sometimes I can hear him. Anyways, Margaret left me after that. I tried to tell her. I know this was bad. I don't discriminate, but it was him that was having the stroke. And it was the bus driver that was driving the bus, to be fair. Even though, I did throw him about half a second before the bus squashed him. Still, it was his fault. I tried to tell Margaret this, but she just wouldn't have it. She never listens. Bloody what? So she's moved out. She doesn't like. I just live here myself now. Like just me and the ghosts of my past. I just keep shaking them off, shaking it off. Ooh. Oh. Well, this has been fun. Oh yeah, I should probably tell you as well, just in case anyone who likes to know the full picture of that. Margaret has married the postman, which is a nice turn of events. At least she married someone lovely. And they live right across the road, so I have to look at them every day. And he still gives me my post. But I still have lovely chats to him because he's a nice guy. He really is, honestly. People don't give him enough credit. But that's been the story of Bruce and the story of Maurice and how he was hit by a bus. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, guys. I don't really know what else to say. What do these YouTubes do? Do I bait for more clicks? This is me baiting for your clicks. Okay.